All right, so Strand 4, English Language Arts for preschoolers. This standard says that students will demonstrate how to support learning in English language arts for preschoolers. So, your essential question is, why is it important that parents begin reading early on in a child's development? And give some examples of language arts concepts. So go ahead, pause the video, write down those essential questions, and then come back when you're ready to go. Okay. Literacy is having the ability to read, write, speak, and listen. So there are 4 different parts of literacy. Excuse me. So just know that that's a thing. So when it comes to a language arts lesson plan, it could focus on one of those areas or all 4. Okay. The importance of literacy. Literacy enables students to participate fully in their community and society. Language is the basis for understanding and communicating in most aspects of life. So, some techniques for supporting English language arts. Number 1 is conversations. So, simply engaging in conversations with children helps promote English language arts. Reading a variety of books. So, reading daily from a variety of texts, including narrative and informational genres. Create a language and print-rich environment. So, we can set up reading, listening, writing, and dramatic play centers. We can have eye-level alphabet charts, picture and word labels, and samples of children's work. We can utilize various media and presentation forms. So animated and engaging storytelling, pictures or drawings, posters, short multimedia presentations, drama, show and tell, signs, paintings, sculptures, puppets, hand signs. All right, we're going to watch this video that's going to explain a little bit about how show and tell is focused on literacy.
One of the things that I also do every day in my class is show and tell. Show and tell is the opportunity for my students to speak to an audience about something that they are familiar with. So they bring something from home. It could be a toy, it could be a photo, it could be anything. And I always tell them it doesn't have to be a toy. It could be really anything that you would like to talk about. Is there opportunity to start thinking of little details that are important when you talk to an audience, such as looking at your audience. Some students are, their volume of voice is very low. So when I have those situations, I move to the opposite corner of the classroom and I tell them, oh, cannot hear, no, I cannot hear you. Raise your voice, and then it forces them to use their voice. If they are showing something, make sure that everybody can see what you're talking about, because they tend to look at their show and tell, and it's like they're showing it to the ceiling. They're talking about something, and on here there's this little color, this something nice here, and nobody, and everybody starts, but I cannot see, but I cannot see. So I tell them, no, make sure everybody can see, and it's not just this side of the audience, it's the whole audience, so you have to show it. So they really get good at that. If they are able to do that in the first grade, to me, it's a way of making sure that they're going to be successful speakers when they grew older. The show and tell also is an opportunity for me to ask them to bring something that relates to something we're working on in the classroom. For example, if we're doing something related to science, then I ask them to bring something related to that. For example, we're talking about tools. We're working on the unit on materials and structures. For this week, everybody has to bring a tool. It could be anything, a tool from the kitchen, from construction, repairing things, or for writing or anything like that. And they get to talk about that. Another example would be when we were talking about different types of media literacy. And that week they have to bring an example of media. And they could bring a book, they could be a newspaper or a magazine or a pamphlet, anything that had to do with all the examples of media that we were discussing. And they had to explain why and what the message was. Because it's always important to talk about what the message is in every type of media that we're talking about. The parents are very aware of when their children have to bring their show and tell. They have an assigned day of the week to do that. And also they are informed through my newsletters what it is that their children are supposed to bring. And it always works nicely. Of course, I tell my students because I like to create this sense of responsibility. So it's nice to see how they feel responsible for their own learning.
All right. So, I don't know about you, but when I was in elementary school and we did show and tell, I had no idea that that was a literacy promotion activity, right? I just thought it was super fun that we got to bring things from home and tell people about them. So, that is one purpose of show and tell. So, just be aware of that. All right. So, some other things we can do is we can sing a variety of songs to enhance language development, and we can incorporate songs. So, there's lots of different songs, but I'm going to skip this one. But we can also provide multilingual text. So, this is a variety of text representative of languages spoken in the classroom. This can include menus, books, magazines, charts, newspapers, maps, instruction booklets, labels, and store flyers. We can increase awareness of rhythm of language. So, this is clapping the syllables in children's names or familiar words. So, this would be like pirate or, you know, Cherono. Those things. You're clapping syllables, you're helping them learn something about language. We can read to children, so we can provide opportunities for multiple readings or retellings of nursery rhymes or stories. While reading to children, we ask questions about what may happen next, how the book relates to their experiences, how the characters in the story are feeling, etc. And then we can encourage reenacting. So we can encourage them to reenact stories using dramatic play or puppets. And then we can create an engaging writing center. So we can supply a variety of age-appropriate writing tools and materials in all areas of the classroom, including thin, short pencils, crayons, markers, whiteboards, glue sticks, magnetic letters, and paintbrushes. We can also model appropriate writing. So we can write down what children say. We can help label their drawings. All right. So some concepts. So some overarching concepts that children need to know when it comes to language arts. First one is phonological awareness. This is the sounds of letters and words. So this is knowing that the letter D says D, or the letter L says L, right? That's phonological awareness. So that's sounds of letters and words. Another concept is alphabet knowledge. This is where students are familiar with shapes and sounds of letters, right? So this is knowing that this is the letter A and it's for alligator. Print knowledge. These are rules of print, such as we read from left to right and from top to bottom. Not all languages do that. Um, so, also learning the order of letters, that they go from, all again, left to right, and things like that. Excuse me. Then we have what we call book knowledge. These are parts of a book. So, like the title, author, cover page, table of contents, how to use books, and even just realizing that pictures and print have meaning. So, some guidelines for selecting books. Look at the number of pictures in a book. Check the physical size of the book. Will the story interest the child? Is the story appropriate, developmentally appropriate for young children? All right. So in ECE 1, we watched this video, but I'm going to end my video here and I'm going to have you watch this video and decide whether this book is appropriate for a 4 or 5-year-old, and tell me why. Okay. You're going to do that in a Canvas assignment. So, and then, yeah, then you'll move on to the next thing.